But thanks for sitting down. This is going to be a very casual conversation,
Thanks
as
for
I
having
mentioned.
me. Yeah.
Ilxnsei.
Ilxnsei,
right?
yeah.
Ilxnsei.
Yeah.
Thank you. And how has this Jamspot experience been for you? I've just heard your track. It's incredible. I think all of the tracks are incredible. Yours is particularly different from the rest of that I've heard today. But how's this experience been for you so far?
It's been fun working with Piri, trying to get that track down with Midler as well.
Yeah.
I love the song. I love the cover. So,
is there a particular reason why you chose that song?
I'm a fan of Carl Dion, his voice, his range, the lyrics, obviously. So
yeah. Well, tell me a bit about your musical background and when did you start music?
I grew up doing Carnatic music.
Yeah.
I did that to grade 5.
And where was that? Where'd you grow up?
North London.
North London.
No, actually no, Walthamstow in East London. But I went to Tamil School in North London where I did all the instruments and vocal and all that. But
nice.
Yeah, and then from there, just always love R&B music. Always used to sing.
So have you been putting out a lot of music, or how has you? No.
I think the first bit of music about was last year,
and
there's 3 singles out at the moment. But the plan is to put out a lot more going forward. So
how's your lockdown been? Have you been creating a lot in lockdown? Or
yeah. Just I started to teach myself to produce, so producing my own tracks.
Yeah.
So I've got a few in the pipeline.
Yeah. What's your go-to favorite type of music to create? Does it matter your genre? Does it matter? Does it flow?
R&B always. Yeah. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it to go wherever.
Yeah.
And add other influences, but I'm just an R&B boy.
Did you learn Carnatic music as well?
Yeah.
And do you think about singing in Tamil? Do you sing in Tamil?
I do when I get asked to.
Yeah.
I don't think I do it justice.
Yeah.
But I would definitely love to.
Why is that? Because you think you're self-critical? Is that why you think?
Yeah. And my dad is very you didn't pronounce this right. You wouldn't pronounce that right.
Is he into music or does he sing or?
No, he's into Tamil literature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. My mom's a singer in the family.
Oh, okay. Nice. So tell me a bit about growing up and singing and how much that was a part of your life.
Every week we would go to Tamil school. So I'd be singing every week, preparing for performances. Obviously at home, we'd be singing non-stop. Mum would be singing, I would be singing. My brother as well. My brother used to sing before his voice broke. And when his voice broke, he just stopped singing. I don't know what happened to me, but I got lucky. Just come from quite a musical family. A lot of my cousins and stuff, we played a lot of instruments. So family gatherings, you always used to get put on the spot. You're like, oh, mine, sing this song. Okay. And in terms of the R&B music, I don't know why I was just drawn to it straight away, just because there's a lot of it's a lot of singing, and singing is what I enjoy doing.
So you said growing up you had lots of musical influence in your life and sort of all of that. Was there a particular moment in your life where things clicked and you were like, okay, this is what I want to do, or music is something I want to pursue?
I think as much as I didn't like going to town school because it took my Saturdays up, it helped me discover my voice and my range, and my music teachers just loved me. As naughty as I was, as all the beats I used to get, she loved me, and she always used to say, mine, then you're really good.
Yeah.
So that was quite positive for me. I was like, okay, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. So but it never really clicked for me to make it until a lot later when I got to university and actually make music, because I wasn't really exposed to performing or any of those kind of things until I got to university. So.
Yeah. And then balancing that out with putting music online and sharing your music with other people, how do you feel about that? How has that journey been?
Man, I'm a massive overthinker.
Yeah.
And I will work on a song and I will rinse it out until the point where I'm like, you know what, it's not good enough.
Yeah.
So there's so many unreleased tracks that are on the shelf that I'm planning to just revisit.
Do you share with anybody, or do you just?
Yeah. There's a close few friends, but they would normally say positive things. They would critique it where necessary, and that's great. But but then I'm like, what would other people think? And all those things come in, all those thoughts. I'm like, you know what, let's leave that. Let's work on something else. Let's improve. And
What do your parents think about your music?
I try not to get them to listen to it too closely, but my mom's always excited. She was like, "When are you putting out the next song?" And I was like, "Yeah, soon." My dad shared it to like so many people when I put it out, so I think they're proud.
Yeah. And they're okay with you. Is your plan to pursue music full time, or do you do other things as well? What is your passion?
Well, I would say music is the passion. I do other things.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. If I had the luxury of it, then I would do this full time. But right now, it's just something I enjoy, something I love to do, and something I hope I can keep doing.
Live performances are something that everybody's been missing. Are you one of those people who miss live performances?
I miss attending live performances, because they're amazing. I've not done a live performance since I was probably at university, and so I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
but I'm excited to get back into it. And
who do you love to see live? Who are your biggest?
I actually got to see Frank Ocean live.
Amazing.
In the UK.
Yeah.
That was an experience, and I didn't know at the time that would be the only time I'd get to see him, but I'm kind of glad I got to do that.
Anybody else who's sort of inspirational to you in terms of music?
I loved The Weeknd when he came out with his mixtapes. I was a kid that just always tried to sing just like him when I was younger, and I think I haven't been able to shake that as much. But definitely The Weeknd. Frank Ocean, obviously, I wish I can write like him. But yeah, there's so many. Many, man.
Your first single, Changes, right?
Yep.
Tell me a bit about that. How is that coming together, and what is it about?
Changes. So I found the beat, I really liked it, and I was on my way to the studio to meet my engineer, and we were actually planning to record a couple other tracks. And I was driving, and I just started like thinking, and then started singing, and then the story just came together, and then obviously past experiences, and I got there and I was like, "Yo, like I have this idea. What do you think?" It's a bit like I was a bit apprehensive because, like, you know, just the story and everything, and we played it, and it was like, we have to do this now. We have to do this now, and. Literally, it was a 45-minute drive, made that song, and then recorded it in like an hour, and then forgot about it for a while. And then he released it a year later. So.
Wow. So you sat on it for a year, or the producer?
I sat on it for a year, yeah.
And then what compelled you to release it?
Lockdown, COVID, and I was like, you know what? Let's just get this moving.
Yeah. Then... I find that like a lot of people, I mean, including myself, in terms of things that I put out or I'm afraid to do, I think lockdown has been kind of like, okay, fuck it all. Like, what is the point in waiting? Right. Has that been the same experience with you in terms of music? Do you think that lockdown has kind of pushed you now that you're getting out?
Definitely, yeah. And it's given me more time to focus on it as well, because obviously I have a full-time job and other responsibilities. So COVID gave me some time to like focus more energy onto that, and also like we're running out of time and we're losing. COVID has just like put things into perspective and like just get a move on with it.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
What do you think about Jamspot and its future? What do you think that?
I think it's an amazing idea.
Yeah.
I think it's just what we needed, and I hope it continues and keeps finding more undiscovered artists, new artists. I'm hoping to meet all these artists in this particular season. So
yeah. When you create music, what do you want people to take away from it?
Just feel. Feel what you want to feel. If you relate to it, you relate to it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just the lyrics, like even the production. Just get lost in it. The way we mix, or we'd like to mix. So, you know, Apple Music's got this spatial audio now, and my engineer, Gabri, he is very keen on producing for spatial audio for a long time now. And so he just finds different pockets for different sounds, and then my vocals sit in a certain space. So like, if that becomes more of a thing going forward, like then people can really enjoy the music how we want them to. It's just to like sit in it and fall and lose yourself into the song. Yeah.
It's almost bringing aspects of live performance to audio.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you think being Tamil and British shapes your music and your creativity?
I think it's at the root of everything, right? Like even to the way I sing, the little riffs and stuff that comes from like my influences in Carnatic music. So, God, that is a tough question, you know? Yeah, but I mean, it's who you are at the end of the day, right? Like all of our experiences, being brought up in a Tamil household.
Did you grow up around a lot of Tamil people?
Yeah. When obviously the Tamil school was like our little community. Like we don't really have a big family, like our cousins are like all around the world. Yeah. But the North London Tamil community, all I knew when I was growing up, and we did everything together. We played sports, learned instruments, learned the language, the culture, everything. Yes.
Do you sing in Tamil?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah,
I can do.
Do you do it in any of your singles or any of your?
Not yet. I do want to put like nuances in it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there are particular Tamil songs that I like.
Yeah.
And they're all like the slow, singy ones, and like obviously because I like to sing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the kind of like influences I want to put into it.
It's like the slow melody, sort of sad songs.
Sad songs.
I love sad songs. I'm such a depressing person. I'll go to a party and I'm like, can we play this song? And I'm like, it's a fucking party. No, like, why do you want to listen to this?
Yeah. No one gives me the aux for the same reason. So it's like, no, you're just going to kill the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. That's me. Ilxnsei. Yes. Why Ilxnsei? What does Ilxnsei mean?
It's my surname. Also my father's name. I just switched out the X and the A. Well, I took out the A and put the X in for a bit of discretion.
But now everybody knows. So
now everyone knows, so you can find me. Yeah.
Is your dad okay with you going by Ilxnsei?
Yeah. I mean, he goes by his dad's name, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he goes by Raveendran.
Nice. You're just putting it out all there now. The internet knows all.
Check out Raveendran. He writes poems. Well, he used to.
Oh, so he writes poems in Tamil.
He was a Tamil poet back home.
Nice. It's tricky creating fusion music or fusing Western and classical, especially when you have parents who also studied the music or sing or whatever. Yeah. Do you find that challenging, or that being a barrier or something to overcome in order to incorporate Tamilness or Carnatic music into your Western music? Or do you just feel like it comes naturally? I
think it comes naturally. Yeah. And if there are rules, I'm not aware of it because I wasn't a great student.
Yeah.
I always broke the rules. So I was always getting in trouble. So that if anything, if my mum or my teacher had an issue with it, they'd just be like, it's just mine then, doing this again. Like, but yeah, I don't think there's any issues personally, but I'm sure.
Are there any artists that you think do that very well, or some
I
you listen to?
Really like how Prit does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just effortlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's part of this project as well.
I know. I'm super excited about that. Yeah. What are your sort of passions creatively?
Yeah, I do stand up. I do.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I've actually seen like a couple of your videos.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do stand up, but I haven't done stand up since lockdown, obviously, or since I moved to London, because everything that I booked was cancelled. Hoping to get back into that. Hoping to start a Tamil stand up scene and have more people do it.
Yeah.
But passionate about getting more Tamil people in stand-up, especially women and underrepresented people. So, that's me.
When did you move and why?
Oh, I moved in end of 2019, mostly because the youth mobility visa you can only do it until you're 30, so you can come and live and work in the UK. You guys can do that too.
No, I did look into it.
So I had to get here before my 31st birthday, and I did, and got a job and still here. So, just figuring out how long I'm going to stay and what's going to happen. But that's
glad you're here. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. What's your favorite food?
Mutton curry and rice.
And rice.
All day.
Not
plain white rice.
Plain white rice and mutton curry.
Because white rice is the best to like soak up all the flavors.
Oh yeah. Do you like a combo, like any other curries that go with that?
No, just plain.
Because you have to have like a Catering pal curry with.
That would bang.
Right? That's like the combo with mutton curry, right?
But I would literally just be happy with this mountain of rice.
Yeah.
Slab like mutton curry and like maybe a boiled egg.
Yes.
Yeah.
So So good. So good talking to you. Thank you for your time.
Too, man.
And I'm looking forward to seeing your music do well. And I hope that this jam spot sort of inspires you to kick it up a notch and do more and put yourself out there a bit more.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see the stand-up.
Of course.